What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to Living Life Fast, and today we're going to go for the first drive in my BMW 1M Coupe. If you're new to the channel or you've not checked in a while, I've had this car for about a week or two, so I'd highly recommend checking out the previous collection video where I went over a bit of the spec, bit of the history. Today's going to be first drive / first impressions. I did buy this car from a place called Satan. Yes, there are places called Satan out there, I don't know why. So I drove this car about 170 miles back, so I've got a little idea on what it's like. But today's going to be the first time pushing it around some corners, getting a bit more of an understanding of what the 1M Coupe's all about. Before we do take it for the first drive, I want to quickly plug this Mark 7.5 Golf R, which you can actually win for £11.99. Ticket link in the description. This is the perfectly spec Golf Rs. You've got the sliding panoramic roof, the upgraded 19-inch alloy wheels, even the colour itself. This is the old limestone grey. You've got an upgraded Remus exhaust system, a stage 2 tuned by Awesome GTI, upgraded front mount intercooler. You've got an R600 intake, suspension mods, anti-roll bar. Everything's been done in this car, guys. Live draw will be 3rd of May, which is a Monday, and the competition does end on the Friday. So I don't know what day this video has been released, but anyway, let's see what this 1M Coupe is all about. Before we get into it, please subscribe to my channel and make sure bell notifications are set to all so you're notified the second I release a video. Start off from inside the cabin as well. We have got an annoying ghost on this, by the way. Oh shit, ghost. That's what I mean by annoying ghost. I've not even told you yet, it's actually got a full Miltech exhaust system, not downpipes, just rear box and mid pipes, but it sounds bloody sick. Like, to think that this is a N54, this must be what they all sound like, but I'm telling you, it sounds... Listen to that. What the... That is one of the best sounding cars I've heard. I'm not just saying it because obviously it's my car, but... First things first, the cabin, it just feels special. I mean, if you compare it to a normal 1 Series, it's probably very similar, but things like this Alcantara door cards with a Valencia orange stitching. You've also got orange stitching along the seats, Alcantara and stitching on the dash. These are ordinary 1 Series seats, but it just feels CSL-like, especially with this Alcantara steering wheel. This is an upgraded wheel that obviously the previous owner's done. This isn't factory from BMW, but yeah, you got to remember that this is what they called a parts bin special. So they literally used parts from an E92 M3 for the back end, like suspension, brakes, differential, and the whole car is based on just an ordinary 135i. Not that a 135i is an ordinary car. Obviously at the time it was the high performance version until this came out, but it's just got an N54 engine. It's not an M specific engine. There's probably a few tweaks that have been done. I'm telling you, that engine, yeah, let's jump out. Right, let's get this. Do we want to try to sit a bit lower, don't we? No? Okay, there you go, that's better. Manual controls, we have got a bolster setting which squeezes onto your sides. But yeah, we are sitting nice and low in this cabin. I promise you guys, this cabin is amazing, for me anyway. You know what it is? I think it's the condition. It is 10 out of 10. Anybody that's buying a car that's a little bit older, just make sure that it's not no baggy. I mean, look, we have to buy what we can afford, obviously, but don't make an older car put you off. Like, as long as it's in good... This car is brand spanking new inside. Like, there is... I promise you, there's not a mark on this plastic. I just got lucky, basically. Look, 49,000 miles on the clock. About to touch 50, should I say. And it feels awesome, man. I'm sitting nice and low in this cabin. This Alcantara is perfection right now. The view is so analog. There's no technology in front of me. The throttle is so crispy as well. Just have a listen. And obviously, we've got turbochargers. So, you know, when you think of M cars, you think of, you know, spread out torque and power curves. This car, at the time, it was one of the first ever turbocharged M cars. There was obviously the X5M, the X6M. I think the F10 M5 came after. Of course, there's the old 2002 turbo, whatever you want to call it. But this was the first modern turbocharged in a small body, you know. Now, it's very stiff, I'm not going to lie to you. It's sort of jumping all over the road. It's not tram lining or anything, but we have got the lowering springs. And these cars, even in stock form, they are not known for the best ride quality. Yeah, feels nice. We've got a 6-speed manual box. These didn't come with any auto or dual clutches, just straight raw drive this car. Rev matching is perfect. And you know what? The Miltech exhaust, just have a listen. Oh, just, you know what? I'm a big fan of Miltech exhaust. I used to have one of my Mark II Focus ST, and they are very good value for money. Yeah, the Akrapovics, they sound amazing. They're real subtle. They're not over the top, are they? But you pay a very big premium, you know, you're talking £6,000–7,000. Whereas these Miltechs are a few thousand. I'm not just saying it because it's on this car, but I genuinely do love the sound of a Miltech. Straight away, jumping in it, you know it's not an ordinary BM. Like, looking at it from the exterior, you may just think it's just like not an M-Light, but you just may think it's ordinary. But when you drive it, it's very serious, man, very M-car-like. It's got a seriousness to it. I always use the word seriousness, but it really is, man. It's a grown-up car, you know. It feels just muscular and strong, and it's not playing games one bit. The steering wheel, I'm not gonna lie to you, way too thick, like, especially after driving the 720S. The 720S wheel is perfect. Like, you hold on to it, you almost get blisters, like you burn your hand, because you can get such a nice grip on it. So we've got M button here, we'll press it once, which puts it into sport, and it stays in sport as well. Oh, that sounds nice. Didn't give me any power then whatsoever. So we have got MDM, yep, now it's on. And I suppose by holding it down, we will have traction off, will we? Yeah, that's traction off. Yeah, let's just go traction off. Bit bumpy this road. This car, it had no competition when it came out. It was just built for drivers. When you compare it to other M cars at the time, like the E92 M3, this being turbocharged, the low down torque was amazing. Obviously the E92, the V8, you had to really rev it out to like almost 8,000 RPM to even see any power. This car, you could just be sitting at about 1,800 RPM, picks up plenty of torque. 369 foot-pounds, by the way. Oh yeah, first time sliding it. Lovely. Bit of smoke there. You can't beat manual. You just dip the clutch and just throw it sideways, I'm telling you. Definitely had to be a bit quick with it, and this wheel being so thick. We need to get away from these thick steering wheels. I don't know what's going on with these cars, man. Obviously, it's a shorter wheelbase. Oh, fuck me. Yeah, guys, it's a stiff car. Yeah, it feels special. Like, I feel like I've bought a proper car. Like, you know, not just a brand new car, high performance, the fastest car ever. This is, you know, it's not the fastest car in a straight line. It's not the best handling car. This is an enthusiast car, you know. As I mentioned on Instagram, not many people will get this car, you know, like, especially the younger generation, but I used to dream of owning this car. It feels amazing, honestly. Definitely could do with a thinner wheel. This car's gonna pull out any, nah. I think we've got a police car in front. No, there was actually. What is everyone doing, man? Why does everybody want to hit the LLF track today, man? With lower powered cars, you really have to commit, as in you've got to stay on the throttle to get that car sideways. This is another thing I love about this car. It's just simple. This M button, all it does is recalibrate the ECU for the engine and just sharpens the throttle, like nothing else. And another thing is when you turn the car off and back on, it stays in the setting. Some of you that drive F80 M3s and F82 M4s, you'll know exactly what I'm on about right now. Right, so we've got traction off. Let's just go flatten first, see what happens. Spin in, and into second, spin in. Oh, she is quick, boy. Very quick. Rev matching's beautiful. The brakes are nice and sharp. Oh, lovely. You can feel that back moving around though, squatting under acceleration. Like around there, don't want to... Sounds like an M engine, you know? Yeah, it's very planted, very planted. Feels nice and sharp. You've got a nice weight into the wheel. Full traction. Hear that Miltech, man, lovely. Yeah, stays reasonably straight under braking. Rev matching into second. Oh yes. Perfect power. Nice and usable. You know, we're not breaking the law. You know, only a little bit. Fun, fun, fun. Rev matching, heel and toe in. Look at it. Perfect, guys. We've only got one piston caliper, so on track, you know, M cars of this era, they were known to be pretty shit, to be fair, which is why I mentioned upgrade on the brakes. Throttle doesn't feel turbocharged. Don't feel like there's any lag. You know, I'm used to driving these like more powerful cars where there's a bit more lag because I've changed the turbos. But you know, these are very quick spooling turbos. Like the rev match, and it feels genuinely naturally aspirated. Nice. Nice short throw on the gearbox. It's a really like rubbery feel still, but at the same time, it's still solid. You know, it's not gonna break. Seats are comfortable. You know, my driving position is nice. Visibility is good. Doesn't feel like a, you know, heavy car. I mean, the steering feels heavy, which may make it feel heavier, but you know, it's a reasonably light car. It's not the lightest, 1,550, 60 kilos. You know, at the time, that's a little bit lighter than the E92 M3. But building torque, 4th gear, there's plenty of it, man. Down gear, 3rd gear. Yes. Need a window down that way. There's definitely a bit of movement. Like, it's a bit like, could definitely do a nice set of coilovers. Oh, she moves, man. Feels like I could like overwhelm the car though. Like, you gotta respect it, definitely. Ooh, nice little road here. Yeah, definitely. I'm losing power there. Almost like traction still on. This car's sick. I'm actually sweating. 2nd gear it. Into 2nd. Oh, slipping the clutches. Oh, did that pop then, boy? Yeah, tiny bit of movement, but under control, you know? Don't want to overdrive it. Don't know what it's going to do on the limit. Pulls, man, I can actually feel it pinning me down, boy. Push it a little bit more. It's not a spiky power, so you can get on the throttle aggressively. Obviously, you're not supposed to be aggressive for performance driving. I've noticed a lot of people looking at it as well, so even on the way back, you know, obviously nobody knew I had it at the time, but you get a lot of people flashing, a lot of people, you know, coming up your ass. Oh yes! Oh, we're still sideways. No, actually riding the road pretty nice here. Michelin Pilot Sports on the rear. So the CSL M3 that I drove, I was amazed at how sick that car was, yeah? That car felt a lot more pin sharp than this car. Like, just to let you know, a CSL feels sharper than this. The CSL felt better than my M4. N54, man. Definitely wanna not blow that, do we? Gives a nice slap on the rear, man. Temps are nice, 120. 3rd gear. Build boost, and you know what? Exhaust not overly loud, so the whole world can't hear me. That and when I'm coming, man, it revs out as well. Man, I'm very excited driving this car right now. Don't know if it's just because we've got a nice bit of sun or, man, 1M can't beat it, guys. I'm telling ya, lovely. It's just like skipping from the rear. It's actually really good. Second gear, we're gonna dump the clutch on it. Gran Turismo, baby. Trial mountain. You know what? Honestly, let me tell you, that is one of the best drives I have had in years. And you know why? Because we've got a usable power that I can actually use. I can row 3-4 gears without doing 200 miles per hour. Like, I'm telling you, this is what it's all about. This is why this car had to be bought. I'm sweating, like, you know? The M5, the McLaren, you know, you can't enjoy it unless you're seriously breaking the law. No matter what you think I'm doing now, we're only reaching like, you know, 20, 25 miles per hour. No, I'm joking. We're doing, you know, 60-ish. Seriously, think about it. It's 335 horsepower. Come on, we're going through 2nd into 3rd gear. There's not much you can do. Oh, look at it, man. When you cruise it, the exhaust, the throttle, the engine's so silky smooth. I'm just trying to figure out what on earth man is gonna do with it. All right, calm down, mate. 1M Coupe, fuck it now. But this is a poverty spec 1M, as in we haven't even got iDrive, we haven't even got speakers. We call this the stripper edition. We ain't even got tweeters. We've got audio system. radio. Lovely, lovely. And we are on Egypt Lane right now, people. I want to take this on track and drift. Oh! Oh! That's going down in the book as my best drift I've ever done. First time I've ever spun it into that corner as well in my life. Nice set of roads down here. You know what, I say it's stiff, but it is actually pretty nice over the bumps. I think the slower you're driving this, it feels worse. As you start to build speed, it almost like the compression's a bit better. As the back steps out, you just need to be a bit more of a ninja. So what I do is I correct almost too quick because I don't take no risks. I ain't looking to lose the back end for shizzle. Flat! Yeah, man. I mean, there it just sounds like an ordinary N54. Still feels modern. It's got an old school feel to it at the same time. You know, cruising and then you just dip it. There's a slightly disconnected feel with the steering and the body. I mean, it's just technology, isn't it? We've just got a bit more advanced. If you're too quick with the wheel, it's like there's a delay. So yeah, I'm sure a set of coilovers would sort that out. But yeah, guys, I'm gonna end the video there. As always, I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit the thumbs up, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and yeah, let me know what you want to see with this car. Shall I mod it? Track days? I don't know. Let me know. See you later. Bye.